Why did I bring the Christmas pants?
I like the Christmas pants.
Thank you.
I really like that.
Self-conscious about them.
It's
Thank
nice. And we're in Toronto. Have you seen the way people are dressed here? It's like very...
It's practically snowing outside.
Yeah. I'm Krista Smith, and I'm sitting down to talk Boston accents and the movie Spotlight with actors Liev Schreiber and John Slattery. I'm sitting here with John Slattery, and we're going to talk about his movie Spotlight.
Spotlight.
Well, he plays Ben Bradlee Jr., the editor.
Junior.
Never really
John
tell
and I
these
were
days.
constantly comparing Boston accents.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Could you do Liev?
He's a good.
Liev doing his Boston accent?
Once Liev's voice comes out of his, lower legs.
John, go downstairs and get me a tonic.
I can't do Liev. I wish I had Liev's voice. My sociological discovery is that Boston is a place where they use your name at the beginning, at the end of every sentence. John, let me ask you a question, John. I don't know whether they're trying to remember your name or confirm the fact that you are who you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. All right, Spotlight. Great film. What person in media isn't going to love a story about media?
Right.
About great journalists, great reporting to expose the story of the Catholic Church.
Almost immediately, I got Ben Bradlee's phone number and went to Boston the next day on the train and had sat down with him. And he couldn't have been more forthcoming, outright, answered all my dumb questions. And yeah, he was really, really generous.
Every once in a while, you'll read something as substantive and as engaging as the script was. That call from Tom was a very, very special call to me. He wanted to do this very understated, restrained work from the actors that, in retrospect, was a really brilliant choice for that material.
And you play Marty Baron. You set the whole movie in motion.
If you're going to play somebody, I can't imagine anyone more intimidating to play than Marty Baron, but I had the good fortune to go down to the Washington Post and meet him, and I was fascinated. He's an incredible editor.
Did you grow up reading a newspaper? Do you still read a newspaper?
I do. I do. I read the Times. I said, what do you take away from this movie to Ben? And he said, support your local newspaper. He said, that some newspapers don't have the money to cover their own state legislatures, their city councils, their police and fire departments. Newspapers still set the agenda for the day. The networks look to the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post to set their agenda for what they're going to broadcast. And the Boston Globe in Boston, and those stories get rebroadcast all day long, but it doesn't pay the bills.
It's such a vibrant part of a small town.
Yeah.
How could the Boston Globe have that problem?
They all do.
But they all do.
Yeah. They don't have the resources to commit to this kind of, long-term investigative journalism.
And I wonder if this movie, I hope it does at least ignite an interest in that kind of investigative journalism.